from Tampa Bay's #1 news station. This is Good Day Tampa Bay.
Time now, 6:46, and we'll get in with our check-in with Walter. And he's in for Charlie this morning. Getting in touch with your green thumb?
Sort of. Sort of this morning. Yeah, we're at the Exotic Plumeria, and in the meeting yesterday, our person who sets all this up, Lori, she's like, yeah, you're plumerias. And I'm like, what are plumerias? She said, the lay flower. Oh, okay. So when you go to Hawaii and you get the lay flower, you know, the necklace it puts on you, that's what they are, the lay flower. So look at these things. These things are beautiful right here. I so want to pick it off and show it to you, but then I'll get yelled at. So I'm just going to stand back.
It'll be a really short live shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll be a very short morning for me. But hey, I got nothing to lose because Charlie's back tomorrow, so I probably should pick him, right? You never know.
Then he won't be able to come back.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I ruined for the entire station. But we're at the Exotic Plumeria this morning. We're going to learn all about this flower and how we don't have to travel all the way to Hawaii to get these beautiful things. So there you go. It's going to be a beautiful morning.
Now, I know you can't pick it, but can you smell it? Does it have a scent? Or
That's a good question.
I'm curious.
It smells like bug spray. Oh,
can we send it over to where Ken Suarez is?
Yeah, no kidding. No, that's me. I poured a gallon on because of Ken Suarez.
Well, you're smart.
It smells good. Well, what does it smell like?
Well, there's a lot of different fragrances in Plumeria. Anything pleasant fragrance you can think of, there's a Plumeria that smells like.
It smells like pleasant.
I'll take it. That sounds good.
There you go. Pleasant. The Exotic Plumeria, where all things smell pleasant.
That's the motto. All right, Walter, thanks so much. Have fun out there.
All right, see ya.
Russell.
But first, Walter Allen. Good morning.
Hey, good morning there. We are at the Exotic Plumeria. I thought the only way I could get a taste of the Hawaiian island life is getting one of those fake flower necklaces, but you can actually own the real thing here. The Exotic Plumeria, we're going to talk to Alan Bunch. We'll talk about why he does what he does, how he fell in love with the Plumeria, and the vast array of Plumeria flowers and how they all differ. That's coming up.
Shall we get to Walter?
Yeah, I think so. Plumerias.
Exotic Plumeria.
The flower of the lay.
Hey.
From exotic reptiles to exotic plumerias.
Yeah.
I just do have to make this point. The gator's not bothering anybody until it bothers somebody.
Well, you do have a point.
And then
but up until now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. All right, we'll move on. Exotic reptiles, exotic plumerias. These things smell amazing, and they look even better than that. We're going to talk to Alan Bunch. He is creator of Exotic Plumerias, why he does what he does, and we'll talk about the very first moment when he fell in love with these beautiful flowers and trees.
Fox 13's Good Day. Local for you all morning long.
Good morning, everybody. Walter Allen in for Charlie Belcher. We are at the Exotic Plumeria. It looks like we're in paradise, and we are. And it almost seemed like for us to get to paradise, we'd have to jump over a pond to get to some islands, Hawaii, to get to these beautiful flowers. But you brought these flowers to us. Alan Bunch joining us this morning, the Exotic Plumeria. You're the brains and the owner-operator of all of this. Thanks for joining us this morning. I thought to get this, you'd have to get the fake plants and the fake flowers, but you don't.
No. Well, see, I handle that for you. I have to make trips every year. I have to.
Yeah.
It's something I'm required to do.
So hard, isn't
to
it?
ship the cuttings back here to plant them to make the trees so that people here don't have to travel so far to get them.
And when did you start this?
Back in 1989, it was my first trip to Hawaii, and I became totally mesmerized and just totally taken with this unique flower that was on this very unusual-looking stalk. And I took picture after picture of it. I didn't know what it was. And I went back and was talking to some people a few months later, and they said, oh, that's a plumeria or frangipani. And I said, well, they said, I have one. I said, no, you don't. They grow in Hawaii. Well, but I came back, and, of course, no nurseries had them, nothing. So it started me on a pilgrimage, so to speak, that's gotten me to where I am today, and we have about 8,000 trees here.
Wow, 8,000. And basically all you do is just kind of lop off a limb and then bring it back and grow it here.
Right, yeah, but getting it out of Hawaii takes an act of Congress, but we jump through the hoops, and we ship them back via air cargo, and we set them out, and then they start blooming, and people love them.
Awesome. All right, don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We're going to talk about the different kinds of plumerias. We're also going to talk about making leis from the real flowers. So keep right here, Russell, Laura. It's going to be a beautiful, exotic morning.
Good. We look forward to it. We'll see you later on. First, though, June showers bring Walter's flowers. Walter Allen is at the Exotic Plumeria. We're going to check in with him as he checks out these beautiful, beautiful flowers.
Fox 13's Good Day. Local for you all morning long.
Good morning, everybody. Walter Allen in for Charlie Belcher this morning. We're at the Exotic Plumeria. Alan Bunch joining us this morning, along with Vanessa, who is going to show us how to make a lei, which is what plumerias are all about, right? I mean, they're not all about smell. They're all about wearing. They're part of the Hawaiian culture, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fragrance is really the thing that separates a plumeria from other kinds of leis. I remember I got a lei one time in Hawaii that was made out of carnations and something else, and it was kind of frumpy. And then somebody put a plumeria lei around my neck, and it changed my life. In fact, I still have a picture of the first plumeria lei I ever had around my neck, and the fragrance just is so intoxicating that I just had to have more, and here we are today.
I know, I'm wearing this, and I'm just like,
yeah.
It's just like a breath of fresh air every time I take a breath.
Yeah.
So what is it about this flower that allows you to make a necklace out of it?
Well, I think God designed it that way, to be honest with you, because if you look through the stem, there's a solid, an opening all the way through, and we use these stainless steel needles that just poke right through and they're tip to tip. Then once we've strung about 50 of them together, we tie the ends off, and voila, a lei. And, you know, there's lots of different flowers you can use for leis, even in the plumeria family, but there are some better suited depending on how long you want it to last. There are some that are one-day leis that they will start turning brown and going limp in the first day, and there's others like the one you have on, which is the most prevalent, will go for several days. But one thing I tell people, and when we do our luau's, people say, well, can I keep this? Can I keep this? I want to keep it forever. I say, well, here's the deal. Plumeria are like manna from heaven. They're meant to be experienced. Never take a plumeria lei off in order to save it. Oh. Because you're missing what it's all about. It's about the fragrance.
Yeah.
And if it's stuck away in a drawer or a refrigerator, now you can't put them in a crisper and keep them until the next day, but wear it, experience it, and then when it's over, you have totally experienced the flower, which is what I think God intended with these flowers.
And now really quickly, we have a little bit of time, but you say though a lot of your business is for like graduations?
Oh yeah, we're selling a lot of leis right now for high school and college graduations, and of course, meeting people at the airport, anniversaries, birthdays. You know, I mean, it's a gift, just like a corsage or something else, but yet it has a lot of sentimental value to lots of people.
Okay, don't go anywhere, guys. So you've seen the different colors here. We're going to go around with Alan. We're going to look at the different types of plumerias here at Exotic Plumerias, guys.
All right. We will see you later. Thank you, Walter. The old job. And I went to this place called the Exotic Plumeria.
Oh, yeah, you've been telling me about this.
And, man, it was one of those stories that, like, everybody wanted to know, where is this place? And we've been going back ever since.
And now you've sent the new generation.
And now the next generation of Fox 13er is there this morning.
I was going to say, I'm just interim. Okay, Charlie's back tomorrow. So
you're not interim. You're stuck here.
No, here, yes. Happily so. Happily stuck here. We are at the Exotic Plumeria, and it is exotic. This is one of the more exotic of the exotics. So we're going to talk about confetti, as well as some of the other plumeria, the different types that we can get through this morning. Stay with us.
All right, we'll get back to Walter right now. Look at what he is up to today. The beautiful flowers, exotic.
The Exotic Plumeria, yes, Laura, and it really is. And there's so many different colors and fragrances to choose from. Alan Bunch here with the Exotic Plumeria. So let's talk about the grand poobah, if you will, the confetti. So this is the one. This is the big ticket item. This is what goes for a lot of money, and rightfully so, because it's unique and beautiful.
Yes, the colors. You know, I to this day I still ask customers, what color is it? It's you can't really describe it. It's so many
with yellow, white,
and the hues even change in it. You know, as the flower ages. So that's why I called it confetti, because it has so many different faces to it, specifically in terms of the pigments that are there. And the fragrance is very just unimaginable.
Just one big party. Okay, so let's talk about the different types. So you have Pretty in Pink, that you called it. You called this one
Pretty in Pink, This is Kaneohe Sunburst. Over here is something called Kahuku. This is the deep red one, the Kahuku, and this is Willow's White. And up here we have Charlotte Ebert, and there's to try and find, and behind us here we have the Singapore, which I can't stress too much how wonderful the Singapore is in terms of fragrance. It's the most formal in appearance of all plumeria, and it blooms literally all summer long. It loves our summer rains.
And it's really good for kind of beginners of plumeria owners, right?
Yeah. I mean, see, we sell them in the form of a cutting that we guarantee to root within 90 days, or we replace it, or we have them already rooted for you just for an additional few bucks that you don't have to worry about rooting, and quite often they're going to have buds present, so you'll have flowers this year.
Now, one benefit also to having plumerias, beautiful scent, beautiful flowers, but the kind of different wildlife it attracts. My mom planted trumpet flowers when I was younger, and that attracted hummingbirds. Same here. You got hummingbirds, you got butterflies, you got it all.
Yeah, butterflies, they're all over the place. They're always covered, and the butterflies actually can help pollinate the flower, which we're not interested in doing that. Don't let anybody tell you that growing plumeria from seed is good, because it's a waste of time, but that's a whole different story.
Okay, and then we'll talk about that maybe at 9:30.
Okay.
All right, Alan, thank you so much. Let's head back to Russell. Russell, Alan misses you. He does.
Tell him hello.
He remembers those days.
Yeah, tell him hello.
I will.
Nice, very nice. I can smell it from here. Thanks, Walter. Right now, though, we're checking in with Walter Allen, who is in Seffner doing a little, what were you just doing? What's going on?
I was trying to get a butterfly to land on my hand. And he completely ignored me and went on to the pretty stuff.
Oh, with Walter Allen, the butterfly whisperer.
The butterfly. I thought the pink tie would be loud enough to distract him from the other pink around here, but no, that didn't work. That's right, we're at the Exotic Plumeria this morning. We'll be talking to Alan Bunch about the bunch of trees and flowers that they have here. And if you want to grow them in your yard, he has the advice for you. He'll tell us all about it. Coming up.
All right, we need to get out to Walter Allen. Hey, Walter.
Hey, good morning there, Laura. Politics is in full bloom, and so are the plumerias. Hey, nice transition, right? Yeah. I went to the school of transitions in college. The plumerias, beautiful plant, a beautiful tree. Can you grow them here in Florida? Obviously, you sell them here.
No, they don't grow in Florida.
But you can grow them here in Florida.
I've only got it. No, the truth is they thrive on neglect. They take very little care. They're the easiest thing that you will have ever grown.
Now, obviously, our climates are somewhat similar to Hawaii, right. And they get cyclones, we get hurricanes. So with what we had just a couple of days ago, the flowers will fall off, but it'll take care of themselves pretty much.
There's probably 5,000 to 10,000 flowers on the ground right now that still should be on the trees, but they will come back. If you look at some of the shots you may be getting where the new buds are forming, so they'll be back in a day or two. But the truth of the matter is, the worst that can happen, even in a hurricane with the plumeria, the limb breaks off, and then you can root that limb and have a new tree.
That's the best part, because it doesn't kill the tree. You just root that limb.
Right.
One thing it doesn't do is frost. It doesn't deal with freezing temperatures.
They don't like freezing weather. You've got to protect them just like you do anything else in your yard. If there's going to be a freeze with heavy dew. Now, a number of years ago, we had some temperatures down to 20 degrees here, which was unprecedented for 10 nights in a row. And we had stored some trees under some oak trees just to get them out of the way, and the canopy of the oak trees saved those plants. They weren't harmed at all.
Really?
At 20 degrees. Yeah, and I was surprised. So I wasted a lot of money heating my greenhouses over the years. I wish I had all that money back.
Yep.
Now I know that it's the moisture lighting on it early in the morning with the cold temperature that freezes, and that's what does the damage. You keep that dew off of it, they can take pretty serious cold.
Now, during our Facebook video that we did earlier, really great question from a viewer. What kind of soil?
Sandy, loamy. What that means is that water will go through it and not stay into it. Right, yes. Just so that it doesn't hold moisture. It may stay damp but not wet.
Okay, really quickly before we go, where are you? When are you open? You can buy trees, you can buy leis for graduation.
Right. Well, we're at 453 MLK Boulevard in Seffner. That's 2 blocks east of MLK in Parsons. Okay. We're open 9 to 5 Tuesday through Saturday, and we're open to the general public. We sell retail, wholesale to landscapers. We have trees, new starting cuttings at $30 that go up to $3,000 trees for any project. We have plumeria trees at every major resort in Florida. Disney World, SeaWorld, Universal, everybody has our trees. Okay. All the hotels out in the Bahamas, you know, they have our trees. Yeah.
All right, perfect. And then the exoticplumeria.com, and then their Facebook page, Exotic Plumeria. And you can also get his book if you're interested in that as well. Yeah. Hey, that's it for us here. Russell, we'll toss it back into you, and I get to keep this and smell it.
Very nice. Go to your special place now. See you later. Bye.